The first step that would help you out earn your current salary or even double it, if you're someone who currently works a 9 to 5 and you want to be able to go full time and earn from your courses, programs, maybe as a coach, consultant, or creative entrepreneur, is to see every single content that you post, so to say, as something that you say when you're on an interview stage. You know how you typically put your best foot forward, you say the best things about yourself when you're interviewing for that high role. Yes, that's the same energy that we're going to bring. And the truth is, the same skills, the same level of confidence, the same things that you've been able to do and succeed with at your 9 to 5, we can literally adopt them into what you're doing now so that you can be confident to go full time just from your expertise. All right, I'm going to break all of that in this video. If you want to hit the subscribe button and be seated with your notes, because class is in session. Hi, my name is Deborah, and I believe that every brilliant person who has a course, a program, an offer, name it anything at all that you've created from your expertise, I believe firmly that you ought to be earning premium from it. Because come on, you cannot afford to be underselling your expertise. You cannot afford to be underselling, your brilliance. So I want to believe that the reason you're watching this video is not just only because you want to be able to go full time with your coaching or your service that you provide, but also because you want to be able to go premium even while you're going full time. And the first conversation that we need to have to help you go full time and earn your current salary is just the fact that you need to see the offers that you create. So maybe the courses, the templates, the programs, the group programs, the memberships, name it. You need to see it the same way you see your 9 to 5. You need to see it the same way you see that your current role. When you look at how you're currently deploying your expertise at your current role, when you look at maybe how much you're paid hourly, right? And you compare it to what you're currently charging now or how you're even pricing it. You need to ask yourself, like, why? Why do I feel that my company, right, or my office will be able to pay me this, and there are no people in the world who can pay me this? Why do I think the people who will pay me less exist more than the people who will pay premium? Because until you rewire this mindset, until you see the error and the gap that you're currently making or working in, you might never be able to go full time because you're not even properly priced. You're not even properly positioned. So that's one thing that I want us to get out of the way. I want you to make a commitment to yourself to say, oh, the same level of intentionality I typically put when I'm looking for roles, when I'm looking for jobs. You literally check that they have like the best perks. You literally check that the rate is, commensurate to what other people in your city or in your location are learning. You typically check that that's the standardized rate, right? I want you to carry that same level of confidence now that you want to earn from your expertise. It's not any less because you're doing it yourself. It's not any less because you're not doing it within the four walls or within a cubicle, right? It's not any less important because you're now your own CEO. So I want you to see yourself like a CEO and make sure that you're a high paid CEO. And another step to becoming full time and a high paid CEO while at this is what I mentioned earlier, which is seeing every single content, every single positioning that you put out there like an interview stage. What do I mean? When you're looking for jobs, you typically check for the best roles and then you literally start applying. And just before you apply, there's a way you articulate your expertise, there's a way you articulate your thoughts, there's a way you articulate the things that you've done in your past role, there's a way you articulate even some of the things that you maybe didn't do within a 9 to 5 setting, you maybe volunteer to do, right? There's a way you articulate your skill sets and you reward it most. Like if you look at your CV is like solid, your CV is, really compelling, right? I want you to bring that CV energy into the content that you're creating. First is the I, right? I want to walk you through my ICE framework, which is ICE, right? So the first is seeing it like you're in an interview stage, right? Seeing your brand positioning like an interview. I typically like to tell people that if you're interviewing for a top role, will you start talking about your dog? Or if you're interviewing for a top role, will you start oversharing about your grandma? And this is not to say that, oh, you would never get to share parts of your life online, but that's not going to be the leading conversation. Your leading conversation on your story, on your page, cannot be about maybe how you're always ranting or how you're dealing with one thing and another. Most times, when you're in an interview stage, you typically talk about your skills and how your skills can improve the organization. So it means that a core part of your brand positioning, of your messaging, of the content that you put out there, of the things that you say, do, that you write in your landing page, should be about how you can advance the company. When we even sit at interviews, we often come with an air of energy. So yes, there's a bit of nervousness, like, oh my goodness, like, I don't know if I'm going to get this role. I don't know if the hiring manager is going to like me. I don't know if they're going to be proud of the things that they have seen in my CV. I don't know if, the combination of skill sets that I have match this role. But then you also come in with a level of confidence, because you know that if they catch that air of nervousness, right, it might affect your interview. Now, this means with your content, you need to come in with an air of confidence. You need to articulate all the things that you can do for them and come, and show up every day with your brand positioning with that air of confidence and that air of, oh, I can really transform your business. I can really transform your brand. I can really transform your life through the combination of skills that I have. And that brings me to the second part of the ICE framework, ICP, remember, which is CV pasting. So when you look at your CV, how you have articulated things well in your CV, how you put your best foot forward, you also want to do that with your offers. So, most times your CV is what you submit and then they go through it. In some cases, people ask you to like write tests and all after they see your CV. Your CV is in quote your offer. That's what you're selling to people. You're showing them that, oh, with the combination of your 3 to 5 core skills and then the sprinkle of your soft skills and your personality and the fact that you're a team player and you have a heart for people and you have an eye for detail so you can be great at operations. You're bringing all of these things, right? Now, that's the same way your offer ought to also be compelling. One of the mistakes people make is that they just sell courses, but they don't make an offer. The difference between selling courses, selling programs, selling anything at all based off of your expertise and making an offer is that there's a compelling promise behind it. A course looks like saying, oh, you will lose 4 kg or you will lose 5 kg or you will lose 10 kg before summer, right? Or it looks like, oh, a fitness accountability program, or it looks like all of those things where it just feels like you're selling the future. But with an offer comes from the angle of identifying a gap and talking about who they will become, what they will become. The same way you typically show the company how hiring you would change the game for them. That's the same way your offer is supposed to always, always show how hiring you, because people are typically hiring you. Think of your ideal audience, think of the people that are watching your videos, think of people that are reading your landing pages as your hiring managers. So these people are typically hiring you, and you want to take that same energy. The top part that will help you out earn your current salary and even maybe double it so that you can go full time is to have an excellence based pricing. Most times people price based off of their current audience, like, oh, I'm still doing this as a side hustle. I still have my 9 to 5 alongside it. So let me just price, based off of what I think they can afford. But the truth is, have you seen your followers' bank accounts? Have you seen what is there? Like, how do you know what is there? Right. So you want to price based off of the excellence of the work that you're doing and the transformation that you're creating for them, as opposed to just what they can buy now or what they can afford. Now, most times in your 9 to 5, when you're negotiating your salary, what you typically do is you weigh the impact of your role and how it will transform, and then you just check like a standardized person. You're just like, oh, I want to be able to earn maybe 6 figures, right, per annum for this, or I want to be able to earn a certain amount, and then you go for the amount. And maybe in the part of the interview that says, oh, okay, so what's your salary expectations? You're first coming from your back end, like, oh, based off of this is what I expect to earn because this is what I'm going to be able to contribute to a company, and this is how I'm going to help your company. So you want to do same with your pricing. I want your pricing to be influenced based off of the combination of your skill sets and what you're able to do for them, not just what you think they can afford. Now, what does this look like practically, right? Instead of pricing, say, oh, I have an ebook and then I have a one-on-one call and then I have a group coaching. Okay, I'll price the ebook for $17 and I'll price the one-on-one call for $200 and I'll price, instead of doing it based off of affordability, you want to do it based off of the depth of the transformation that each of these offer gives, right? So is one program, and so it's going to be one problem that you're going to be solving across the multiple offers that you have, so that there's uniformity when people think of you. So, for example, with my brand, when you think of me, you think of premium positioning and just the fact that you want to be able to position yourself to earn, right, and attract people who pay better and all. Now, I have different offers. All of them solve one problem, or all of them help you achieve one thing, which is to position for high paying clients, but then they help you do it in different ways. So I have my position and paid framework that helps you do like a self audit, understand, the gaps that you currently have in your current positioning that is repelling your dream clients away, and then how you can start adopting systems and how you can start creating things within your brand that would help you, create predictable sales that will make premium sales a norm for you. And if you're like, oh, more than just solve for this, I want to be able to solve this problem deeper. I want to be able to take what I've done so far and transition from a low paying audience to a high paying audience. Then we can sit on my premium pivot call where I show you how to pivot from just selling low ticket offers, serving the current audience that you're serving to serving a high paying audience, right? I literally walk you through what it's like to pivot on the call. We're literally dissecting your offers, dissecting your messaging, setting up systems right on the call, right? But if you're also like, oh, yes, I want to do this, but I want to do this, in a deeper way, can you do it for me? I have an offer that also solves that same problem, which is ExecuTap, where we literally rework your positioning for you, we recreate your messaging, we work on your offer, literally every single thing in your offer, down to what the model should be, down to how to set up red carpet client experience so that your clients can refer you and re-sign up for your offers and all of those things, right? So you can see that I'm solving one problem, I'm making one promise across all of the offers that I have, but I'm pricing it based off of the excellence or the depth that I'm able to create for you, as opposed to based off of what's in your pocket. Because honestly, I do not know what is in your pocket, and I don't need to know to serve you. I want to believe that, oh, based off of what you're looking to achieve and how much of your problem how much of that problem you currently have or you're currently looking to manage, it will now influence your buying decision. So first of all, you want to begin to look at your content moving forward, like, oh, I'm on an interview. So am I using the best words? Am I using the best case scenarios? How am I articulating and documenting all the things that I have done in the past and talking about them in the best light? If my ideal clients were hiring managers, would they hire me? And then you move on to the C part, which is CV testing, right? So the same ilk of confidence, the same level of articulation, you're bringing it into your brand. Then you want to start off with an excellence-based pricing. Now, there's so much I want to go deeper in this, and that's why I want you to join my email list, right? My position and paid email list, where I take you deeper week in, week out, and showing up in your email 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm just walking you through all the things that you need to know to position for high paying clients, right? So in there, we're talking about like premium psychology, what these people need to know, and then I can even answer your questions on a deeper level. And if you want to be able to even start self auditing to say, oh, from today, what can I already start doing? The first step you want to take is, get access to my position and paid framework. That's a really solid framework that helps you understand, your brand a lot better, and it helps you make better decisions when it comes to your current positioning. Outside of YouTube, I want to be able to also engage with you. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, you want to be able to send me a DM at the Deborah Ijeoma, or even connect with me on Instagram at the Deborah Ijeoma, so that we can just have a conversation. We can just flesh this out even deeper. And if you're at that phase where you're like, you know what, I'm done, with low ticket, I want to go full time, I want to earn more from my expertise, I want to out earn my current salary, I want to start using an excellent based pricing as opposed to just pricing based off affordability. I want to raise my rates, I want to attract premium clients, I want to double my prices but still double my sign up. Then you want to work with me in my offer called ExecuTap. You can click the link in the description box to book a free sales call where I walk you through how ExecuTap can change your current brand positioning and just help you build that premium brand that you really, really want. If you've got up until this point, I'm certain that you've gotten a thing or two, right? You want to let me know in the comment section. And if you have any other questions or any other topics that you want me to go deeper in, then you want to drop it in the comment section. If you also got to this point, it means you're getting so much value. So you want to hit the subscribe button, and who knows, there's just other videos on the channel till I upload a new one. But until then, you want to join my email list, using the link in the description box, and I will see you in my other video.